Alrighty, here we go. We are on Chapter 8, Lesson 1. I'm going to start on page 563. Can you see that there? 563. Okay, today's lesson is going to be comparing lengths. This is pretty easy and pretty fun. So look at this little saying here. He says, will we fit? So it's important to know how big or long things are to see if they'll fit in certain things, right? Alright, so for this one, it says, look around the classroom, and this is our imaginary classroom, right? Because we're really at home. And you want to find an object that might fit in each box. So I went around and I found an eraser. That kind of fits in the box, right? It's not too big. And then I found a crayon, and that fits in that box. And then I found one of these cool color pencils. You can take off the different colors, right? If I want to use black, there's black, and I put it back on. So I found one of these, and that's it. So go around your house and pause the video and see if you can find things that fit inside each box. Now remember, if it goes past the box, if it starts here and goes past, then it's too big, right? You want to find something that fits just right. Okay, then what we can do is you can draw your objects. So remember, it's just math class, it's not art class, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So this one I might draw a square to represent my eraser. For the crayon, I'll kind of get an idea of how big it is and kind of draw the crayon in there. And then for this one, it goes all the way from end to end, right? So I can draw this big, long colored pencil in there. Okay, so take a minute, pause your video, and find things that will fit in each box. When you're ready, press play. And remember, on the back side, they're always just giving us a see and show. So we're kind of learning, explaining what we're learning. So it says, you can compare the lengths of objects. The paintbrush is longer than the pencil. Let's take a look. See the paintbrush? And here's the pencil. The paintbrush is longer than the pencil. The pencil is longer than the tube of paint. Here's a tube of paint. Here's the pencil. The pencil is longer than that. Is the tube of paint longer than or shorter than the paintbrush? Here's the tube of paint. Here's the paintbrush. Is this shorter than this or longer than this? That's right, shorter than. So we'll just trace the little circle on shorter than. All right, at the bottom, they're asking us to compare the objects and circle the correct answer. The pair of glasses is shorter than the marker. The marker is shorter than the picture. Is the marker shorter than the picture? Is the picture longer than or shorter than the pair of glasses? Here's the picture, here's the glasses. Is this longer than or shorter than? That's right, it's longer than the glasses. We circle longer than. Okay, on the bottom, the top part, you can talk to a family member about this. It says, how can you tell if an object is longer than or shorter than another object? So the way I do it is, let's say I want to measure this pen with this. I want to compare these two things. So I put them so they're equal at the bottom, and I can see that this one is definitely longer than this one. So that's how I would compare. All right, on the next page, says on my own, but we'll do it together because there's a lot of reading on this. Compare the objects, circle the correct answer. The crayon is longer than the paper clip. You see that? The crayon's longer than the paper clip. The scissors are longer than the crayon. The scissors are longer than the crayon. See how the crayon stops right here? But the scissors keep going, so they're longer. Is the paper clip longer than or shorter than the scissors? So we're comparing the paper clip to the scissors. Is the paper clip longer or shorter? That's right, it's shorter. So even if you can't read the word shorter than, you know shorter starts with SH, and there it is, right? Use the clues you know. Number 3, the eraser is shorter than the glue stick. The glue stick is shorter than the pencil. Is the pencil longer than or shorter than the eraser? So we're comparing the pencil to the eraser. What do you think? That's right, the pencil is longer than the eraser. Great job. On the back of this page, the chalk is shorter than the pen. So now we don't have pictures, we gotta kind of imagine. The paperclip is shorter than the chalk. Is the pen longer than or shorter than the paperclip? Let's circle your answer. So if this is the chalk, it's shorter than the pen. So the pen's gotta be shorter than the chalk. I'm sorry, the chalk is shorter than the pen. And then the paperclip is shorter than the chalk. Sorry, it's not a great paperclip, but there we go. All right, is the pen longer or shorter than the paperclip? It's longer. Good. Notice how I use the drawing out strategy. If I can't visualize in my brain, we just draw it out. The table is longer than the book. All right, so here's my table. Here's my book. Book. Table. And then it says the book is longer than the eraser. All right, here's my eraser. Is the book longer? Good. Remember, in math class, we don't have to draw perfect pictures. We just need it to be close. Here's our question. Is the eraser longer than or shorter than the table? So you're comparing the eraser to the table. That's right, it's shorter. Okay, ready? Last one. A marker is longer than a glue stick. A glue stick is longer than a paper clip. Is the paper clip longer than or shorter than the marker? Explain. Okay, a marker is longer than a glue stick. A glue stick is longer than a paper clip. So we draw it out. When we draw it out, we're explaining our answer, right? So we want to compare a marker to a glue stick. So here's my marker. And I'm going to label it. And then a glue stick. It's saying the marker is longer than the glue stick. So here's my glue stick. And then it says a glue stick's longer than a paper clip. Here's my paper clip. Okay, our question, is the paper clip longer than or shorter than the marker? So we're comparing the paper clip to the marker. The paper clip is shorter. Good job. So on the very bottom, we can write shorter than. All right, friends, the next page is your homework. Try and do this on your own. Again, there's no way for me to collect it from you, so just be honest and do this. Try and read the questions on the back side. We have a couple more questions comparing your links. And then tomorrow, we'll get back on to lesson 2. Great job.